Let's get an acceleration here. Transmission's quick. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're gonna be going over a 2020 Dodge Charger finished in Hellraisin. It is a SXT all-wheel drive plus. So as always, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah for providing us with the Charger. Check out the inventory in the link below if you're in the market for new Dodge. Let's get into the video. Here we have a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6. It goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and 27 on the highway, with power outputs being 300 horsepower and then 268 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Hellraisin Charger. So this one has the upgraded lights, so they're extremely bright at night, and then you do get the little C-shaped LED lights that go around them. Fog lights are down there at the bottom portion. And then yes, this one has like the signature Dodge cross bar, but yeah, this color in person just looks absolutely crazy. The best way to describe it is literally kind of like a raisin. Like, it's a really dark purple, but it's kind of got more of like a pinkish hue compared to the Plum crazy purple. Now coming around the side here, you've got two 35mm tires on 19-inch rims, and they have the granite finish to them. I really like that look. I just think it's a really nice, like, distinctive look in general, and everything in the rear is identical. But more importantly, actually, let's go to the other side where the sun is shining on the side of the cars to give you guys a full side view so you guys can kind of see what this Hellraisin looks like in the sun. Here's our key fob for the Charger. You've got all the normal functions. You've got your unlock, your lock, remote start, and then the release for the trunk. We'll do the remote start so you guys can hear that V6 come to life. Kind of makes like a little burping sound just a bit, but press that again and that'll shut it right off. And then yes, we will open up the trunk with that, and notice that it pops all the way open. Now coming into the trunk here, we got all our floor mats back here. There's this little strap that you can pick up, and that'll reveal the spare tire here in the Charger. Storage space is unchanged to any Charger. It's massive, so if you want tons of storage space in a car, that's why you would definitely go for the Charger. And then when you are all done, you gotta pull it down. Also, that's the escape loop. If you ever get kidnapped and put in a Charger, you just gotta pull right there towards the middle, just saying. Oh, I didn't even close it. That's a failure. Finishing things up in the rear, I've got the lights on for a moment so you guys can see the LED light bar, which I love. I just love that look on the Chargers. So they've blacked out all the logos on this particular one, and then you do get the spoiler there across the top, dual outlet exhausts, and more importantly, this is what it looks like from a 3/4 angle in Hellraisin. Coming to the back here, since this one is the SXT Plus, you get the nice like stitching here at the top now, and then you get the leather trim down here with more stitching, which is again a really nice touch in my opinion. Here are the seats in the back, so you've got the full leather seats, and this is just different colored leather. I know it kind of looks like maybe like a cloth insert, but it's just a little bit different coloration. Now, if I quickly pop in for just a moment, headroom is actually really decent, and then in terms of legroom, it's decent as well. If you're running, I'm about 5'11". Get a couple of vents, some heated seats, and some USBs back here as well. And you get a regular old cup holder, center console thingy-majigger. With keyless entry, so one touch to lock it, and then to unlock it, you just have to slip your hand on the back of the door handle. Now this one has the stitching just like the back, and hopefully I can get this at the right angle so you guys can see it. But there's stitching all the way across, and then there's the leather with the stitching down below as well. All of your window controls, mirror controls, and then this one does have memory seats. Now here are the seats up front, so they're super similar to the ones in the back. Bolsters on them are just a little bit larger. And then there's your adjustments on the seats, your pedal layout at the bottom. And then, yes, we do have the light controls right there, and then the steering wheel is actually automatically adjustable. Now let's start it up, so just have to push that. Then it'll say Charger, center screen will pop on, volume's off, no copyright. We're good to go. Now here is the steering wheel in this SXT Plus. You got the cruise control here, and this one's got the adaptive cruise control as well. You've got all your controls for the center screen, voice command controls, paddle shifters to shift through that 8-speed yourself, and then you got nice perforated leather with the smoother leather at the top. And then this is the stock for the turn signal, and then also the windshield wipers. Now here in the center stack, nothing has really been changed from any other Chargers for the 2020 model year. It looks pretty much all the same, so it's just good graphic wise. And then in terms of the gauges, they are just analog gauges for the RPMs on the left side and then for the speed over on the right side. Here's the center screen. It's funny, you can see my finger reflection, but response time on it is really solid. And we're gonna show you the backup camera system first. So you can see that minivan, which is actually pretty similar color in the background, but resolution on the camera is actually relatively good. But it's cool, you can control stuff like your heated and ventilated seats that come with this particular one, and then it also does have dual zone climate that you can control from the little center screen on top of that. Do you have the performance control, which will let you go through like the different drive modes and how your setup is? Yes, it does have launch control as well, which is pretty funny. And then you do get performance pages now, so notice that you can just press that. It'll take a minute to load up, but the performance pages just show you basically like real-time torque and horsepower, and they're pretty much putting it in every single Dodge now. Down below here, we've got like our analog controls for the radio, for example. You've got your lane departure assistance. This basically just pops up the drive modes there on the screen, and then you can have your sport mode to turn it on or off. Again, the dual zone climate controls, and then you get a little 12 volts right here. Now this is the shifter for that 8-speed automatic. It does have a manual shift mode if you want to shift through the gears yourself. Couple cup holders right there, and then here's the center console. Nice stitching on it, and then opening it up, I mean, you can see there's a decent amount of storage space with a couple more USBs, and then finally got the glove box over here with felt inside of it. And I forgot to mention, you got more of the stitching across the dash, so definitely in the 2020s they've made the interior just a little bit nicer. Now up top here, we've got a sunroof. So regular sunroof, got all the controls for the sunroof, universal garage door opener, and then you do have the light controls. You just press that little button for the lights, full black headliner. That's all for the top. But we've quickly gone over the interior and exterior on the Charger. Let's very briefly talk about pricing. So this particular Charger in Hellraisin with the SXT all-wheel drive and all the features it has, stickers for about $42,000, almost $43,000 before any type of market adjustment. That all being said though, let's take this Charger out and see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility here on the Charger before we set off. So visibility, let's talk about visibility here in the Charger before we set off. So visibility over the hood is pretty good, and yeah, I love seeing the purple. There's visibility through the side mirrors, which looking through the side, you can't really tell that it's purple. And then through the other side, and here's all throughout the rear, which is nice, and these headrests feel soft. But that all being said, oh, almost forgot the shifter. Let's set off. I am setting off here in the Charger that is finished in Hellraisin, and I just think that's the funniest name for a color, because it's like you're trying to say something that's like, I'm not sure how many swear words I'm allowed to use in a video, but we're gonna try it anyways. You're trying to like say something's like badass, you're like hell, but then you're like, okay, well it's kind of like purplish, it kind of looks like a raisin, so we're gonna call it raisin, but we're still gonna try to make it like sound manly, so we're gonna call it Hellraisin. Like, I don't know what Dodge was thinking, but it's still pretty funny, and it's still pretty awesome. But that being said, initially starting off here, it's just like any other SXT all-wheel drive with a V6. The engine's relatively quiet. It's a bigger, smoother car. So if you're watching this video and you're still someone who actually buys cars and not a truck or an SUV, this is definitely like just one of those like larger cars that just kind of has that like GT feel, where it doesn't necessarily feel sporty or anything. It's just kind of like big and heavy, has a substantial feel, and so it kind of feels a little bit more like an SUV than it does like a sports car, which, I mean, it's okay if you want like a comfortable cruiser. Steering on it is relatively direct. There definitely is quite a bit of play. I just drove a Challenger with a shaker before this, and I can tell you right now, the steering on that was way more direct than this. Like, I'm just noticing just the steering rack difference, which is crazy to think that two cars that are built on the same platform can steer so differently, but I mean, it's a thing. I'm in the manual mode and the sport mode, getting some downshifts with this extremely masculine V6, and of course there's a cop. Every single time I try to get an acceleration for you guys, there's always a cop that's driving by, but it's okay. He's too worried about going and breaking up groups of people that are breaking the law. But let's get an acceleration here. Transmission's quick. Yeah, the transmission's really quick. The engine definitely, it's okay. Like, it's a good amount of power, so if you're not power hungry, it's fine. But the thing that I would love, and if Dodge, if you're watching this video, which I very highly doubt that Dodge is watching this video, it would be awesome if you threw the 5.7 Hemi back in this car. Because I know that there's not a huge volume of Chargers that are being sold right now, but to be able to buy an all-wheel drive Charger with a Hemi, that would be awesome. You guys used to do it, and again, I know it wasn't like a huge seller. I think it's still a cool thing to have around, and I mean, it doesn't seem like it's something that would be that expensive basically to build. So again, I think that that's the only like limiting factor on this all-wheel drive model. Just the fact that it does not have a Hemi and it doesn't have a ton of power. But I mean, again, it gets the job done. That is gonna sum things up for our video on the 2020 Dodge Charger finished in Hellraisin. Again, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you think, and I will see all of you in that next video.